Examining the effects of the Woolsey fire, how plants and animals in the Santa Monica Mountains are recovering after the worst fire ever recorded in the area.
Move over mansions, the new proposed measures to curb mansionization in the city of Malibu.
And Burr, California is cold. Freeze and frost advisories and possible snow as another storm approaches.
This and more as News at 5 starts now.
News, weather, and sports. Live from Malibu, this is NewsWaves32.
Thriving or dying, a meeting is planned to examine the environmental impact of the Woolsey fire. Good evening, I'm Emily Tencer.
And I'm Josie Lionetti. Welcome to this Tuesday night edition of NewsWaves. From plant life to animal life, with nearly 90% of the National Park Service's land in the Santa Monica Mountains burned, experts are preparing to talk about the impact. NewsWaves32 reporter ARACELI CRESCENCIO joins us live with details on the Calabasas Wildfire
Thank you,
Information
Josie.
Forum.
The Woolsey
ARACELI?
fire ravaged homes in Calabasas and Malibu for residents, but also for the wildlife. In fact, the wildlife is a topic that has barely been discussed following the fire. That's why the city of Calabasas is hosting an environmental impact of wildlife and mitigation measures forum on Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. at Founders Hall. I spoke to environmental supervisor Alex Farasati for the city of Calabasas. Take a look at what he said he hopes community members take away from the forum.
They lose their territory, and the birds also lose their territory. So we think that it's good to protect the environment so that our wildlife are protected.
There will be 5 speakers, including an ecologist, a fire specialist, an engineer, an architect, and a land use consultant. The forum will discuss fire environmental concerns, how the wildlife has been affected, and what residents can do to be better prepared for the next fire. The forum will be free and open to the public. Farasati said he thinks the event will be packed. Live from the Santa Monica Mountains for NewsWaves32, I'm ARACELI CRESCENCIO.
Thank you, Araceli. Ventura County is putting protections into place so wildlife can survive. Ventura County planners unanimously voted to make a safe passage in the Santa Monica Mountains. They're hoping to create corridors to protect animals from human interference and development. The corridors will help mountain lions cross highways through a safer route. Limits will also be placed on electronic lighting at night so animals are not confused.
The Malibu City Council will vote next week to keep the existing 2018 emergency operations plans. In the aftermath of the fire and in light of backlash from many in the community regarding the lack of evacuation procedures, the council had the option to further revise the plan. However, the council is expected to approve the current plan in order to have a strategy in place in case another disaster should occur and to avoid jeopardizing further state and federal disaster assistance. The vote will be held on Monday's City Council meeting. And California doesn't feel like California. It is cold.
And with another storm heading our way, our weather could get even more interesting. Hannah joins us early with details. Hannah?
The heavy rain may be gone in Malibu, but Burr, it's cold. Students on Malibu's campus are bundled up as temperatures continue to be well below normal, almost 15 degrees cooler than seasonal averages. And things are going to get even more interesting as a cold system is coming in tomorrow from Canada. Temperatures will be near freezing in the early morning hours for many areas in SoCal. Not only will it be extremely cold, but some areas could experience a very rare event, snow. Forecasters estimate that snow could fall as low as 1,500 feet, basically anywhere that isn't along the coast. Areas north and northeast of us are under winter weather advisories beginning tomorrow through Thursday evening. I will be back with the full forecast in about 5 minutes. Until then, I'll send it back to the desk.
Thank you, Hannah. As homes are being rebuilt after the Woolsey fire, the anti-mansionization fight is headed once again to City Hall. Malibu has long been known for its large and luxurious mansions. As the city and its glamorous reputation have grown, some old-time Malibuites are missing the city's rural roots. Despite the city-long fighting mansionization after the Woolsey fire, developers are still moving in. The problem was already starting before the fire occurred. At the corner of Malibu Canyon Road and Pacific Coast Highway, a Bluffs Park, a parcel of land sold for $50 million. It is the future site of 5 mansion homes. This means that there will be more estates lining the streets at Bluffs Park on Winter Mesa Drive. So far, the city has been denying other exhibiting development request. And on Monday, the City Council will be voting on a measure to help mitigate mansionization. And the California Coastal Commission says a code to ensure everyone has access to the beach is working. It's been an issue here in Malibu and up and down the coast. People posting fake no parking signs, keeping others off the sand in front of their homes. The Coastal Commission says this new policy that allows the commission to fine property owners $11,000 per day for preventing public access is working. Since it went into effect, the commission has processed 175 cases, resolving 70% without issue. But property owners in Malibu are contesting some of the cases.
Turning to Decision 2020, Senator Bernie Sanders is throwing his hat into the presidential ring once again.
NewsWaves32 reporter Lily Spiritos is here with the reaction to today's announcement. Lily?
Early this morning, Sanders announced that his campaign is about transforming our country and creating a government based on the principles of economic, social, racial, and environmental justice. The circumstances of the 2020 election are much different than they were in 2016. The Democratic Party has at least 10 candidates running so far, some of which share Sanders' political ideologies. A political science expert at Pepperdine University weighs in on the stakes for Bernie trying again in 2020.
I suppose a disadvantage he has is that when he ran against Hillary Clinton, he had the more liberal wing of the Democratic Party to himself. Now he's joined by people like Kamala Harris and Cory Booker and others who are going to be, if not aping his message, certainly again appealing to similar kinds of voters.
Bernie Sanders helped push the platform that so many Democratic candidates are now running on next year, has expertise on how to fund a campaign, and a well-known name in comparison to other Democrats running. We also heard today that President Trump thinks it's not Bernie Sanders' time, that time already passed.
Not surprising.
Yeah, but I also think they're not too far apart in age. Bernie is obviously older, but who knows? The age gap isn't too wide. But also, were you guys surprised that he announced he was running again?
I wasn't surprised.
I was surprised. There were so
too.
many more left-winged candidates that I was shocked that he joined in this time.
Yeah, especially because he's not registered as Democrat.
I think he just really feels like he, gave a good race last time around, and feels like it was close, and really, really wants to clinch it, and we'll see what happens.
He definitely has a large platform.
But he also has a lot of competition. So
yes,
that's true. All right, thank you so much, Lily.
Thank you.
3 days in the dark. What caused the school district's website to go down for multiple days?
Attack or hoax? Why authorities now have questions for Empire star Jussie Smollett.
Major changes for minors, the new California law that is impacting young people who commit crimes. 3 days of nothing, and finally, the Santa Monica Malibu Unified School District website is back up. The website came back as of 2 p.m. today. According to their Twitter account, it was a data center failure that caused the shutdown. But it wasn't just the website. Staff email and district and school phones were down as well. The district said the wind caused the failure, and Los Angeles County Office of Education was the provider. They tweeted at 3:40 today that everything is working except for phones.
The equivalent to 27 million Olympic-sized swimming pools. That's how much rain fell in California so far this month. The National Weather Service reported that in February, the state received 18 trillion gallons of rainwater. And it's just the beginning, as the numbers are likely to increase this week, with more showers expected to start Wednesday night through Thursday. So, Hannah, I can just tell you, I have had enough of this rain. Are we ever going to catch a break?
Of rain.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much rain we've had.
I didn't realize it either. But
Olympics, I was like, what?
Crazy numbers.
Yeah.
I was just trying to picture 27 million Olympic-sized swimming pools.
I know.
That's so much rain.
Yeah. Is it ever going to lessen up?
We might see a little more rain this week, but the temperatures are cold. That's what we're expecting. Malibu is cool and windy as temperatures continue to fall well below normal seasonal averages. The surf conditions are flat today as the current tides are only reaching 1 foot. We can expect high tides of up to 4 feet tonight and 10 p.m. tomorrow, and again at 9 a.m. tomorrow. The fire risk is moderate today, but will reach low risks beginning this evening through tomorrow. Currently in Malibu, it is a sunny 57 degrees with winds at 11 miles per hour and humidity at 40%. Looking at our neighboring cities, sunny skies prevail and temperatures are in the upper 50s with slight winds. Calabasas and Aurora Hills are at a sunny 56 degrees, while Thousand Oaks and Santa Monica are at a similar 57 degrees. Looking at our 4-day forecast, tomorrow will be partially cloudy with winds of up to 20 miles per hour in the morning. There may be some light showers tomorrow evening. The high will be 56 and a low of 42. Thursday will be partially cloudy with gusts as strong as 20 miles per hour. There is a 20% chance of rain Thursday, but the high will be 56 and a low of 41. Going into the weekend, the sunny skies are back. Friday will be a high of 60 and a low of 43. And Saturday will be a high of 60 and a low of 45.
Wow. So it's going to be a little gloomy and windy, but then
And
it's going to get better. It'll get better on the weekend.
We're getting to the 60s. We're getting warmer.
I don't mind it being cold. I mind it being windy. It just,
the
I
wind
agree.
makes it so much worse.
I
You
agree.
get the cold
It's
air,
hard to
it just
walk. I
comes
start
in,
crying.
and then you just need the jackets, and it's just like, I just want to stay in bed and in a blanket.
Definitely.
Hopefully soon we'll be hitting the beach and soaking in
Sunny
the sun.
skies all day, no
spring
winds.
break weather.
Oh, there we
for
go.
sure.
There we go.
Thank you so much, Hannah.
Thank you.
For those who opted out of Woolsey fire debris cleanup, a Calabasas program is willing to help. LA County set up a one-stop shop information and assistance center. Woolsey fire victims can go there to obtain permits, ask questions about the rebuilding process, and access local resources. The one-stop shop is at 26600 Agora Road in Calabasas, and it is open Monday through Thursday between 7 a.m. and 5:30 p.m.
The community will soon have their chance to share their stories from the Woolsey fire. 2 public listening sessions will be held to capture the experiences of residents affected by the fire. The county hopes they can gather recommendations for improvements that could be put into place for future incidents. The sessions will be held on Saturday, February 23rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Elkins Auditorium at Pepperdine University, and Sunday, March 3rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at King Gillette Ranch.
A new California law prohibits minors from being charged as adults. NewsWaves32 reporter Tallene Agoyan has more on how court systems are working to transition minors into healthier environments outside prison.
California recently passed Bill 349, which rules that any person under the age of 16 will not be charged as an adult in the punishment of a crime. LA County Attorney Jennifer Lorson explains just what this new law entails.
No longer are those children going to be tried as adult and sentenced to adult types of sentences.
The law states that minors are not mentally developed enough to understand right from wrong decision making. The home environment is a significant factor in crime committed by youth.
Often what we are finding is that the youth that commit these kind of crimes are also youth that suffer from severe mental health issues or cognitive disabilities or horrific trauma.
Monterey Park's Child Dependency Court supports the new law. Their system believes that the crime of minors all begins with a lack of care for the individual. This new law that prohibits minors from getting sentenced to adult court is something that LA County attorneys have been pushing for.
Yeah, it's about time to wake us up and start forcing us to offer the treatments that the families need and the children need so that they can get healthy long before they commit these heinous, heinous crimes.
The change in law is expected to see challenges in the court system. Care Program Supervisor Sonia Martinez says probation departments are struggling to wrap around the concept of services for kids.
Are going to face significant challenges in terms of shifting away from incarceration of youth instead of wrapping around services to ensure that they are successfully reintegrating back into their community.
Martinez says with consistent training in the probation and court system, minors that are more likely to commit crimes can successfully transition into a healthy adulthood.
I think a lot of advocates across the state have been deliberately working to ensure that we are not incarcerating our youth due to brain development and long-term outcomes.
With time, the new law in place is expected to transform the lives of children in the court system. This is Tallene Agoyan, NewsWaves32.
Pepperdine Waves back in action. A record-breaking winning streak for women's basketball this weekend.
A contract offer that hit it out of the park. The local baseball star who is making history with his deal to leave the Dodgers. Starting this weekend on a high note, more on Pepperdine's Opera's performances this weekend in today's Around the Town Tuesday.
I adopted.
Well, welcome back. We have Jacob Resendez here to talk about sports. Manny Machado just signed a pretty hefty contract, right?
Huge.
Lots of money involved.
Record setting. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but $300 million is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Four-time All-Star Manny Machado is leaving the Dodgers for a 10-year contract with the San Diego Padres. Machado's $300 million deal is making history as the biggest free agent contract in American sports. The Dodgers traded for Machado before the 2018 trade deadline in hopes of fueling a World Series win. With Machado's arrival, the Padres will look to snap the streak of 12 consecutive seasons without a playoff appearance. The deal is still pending a physical for Machado and will be announced officially by Friday. Dodgers legend Don Newcombe has passed away today. Don Newcombe died at the age of 92 after a lengthy battle with illness. Newcombe was one of the first African-American players to play in the MLB. Newcombe won the Rookie of the Year award with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1949. After taking a break from baseball to serve in the military for the 1952 and 53 seasons, Newcombe returned in 1954 and helped the Dodgers win the World Series in 1955. Newcombe served as an inspiration and a role model for all African-American players. Pepperdine men's basketball falls short in a comeback attempt against St. Mary's. The Waves fall 72-65 to their West Coast Conference rival. A season low of 20 points in the first half and a 13-point halftime deficit proved too much for the Waves to overcome Saturday. The Waves cut the lead to 6 with 2 minutes remaining. However, at the same time, an injury to Waves sophomore Colby Ross, Pepperdine's leading scorer and assist leader, stopped the Waves' momentum. The interconference loss drops the Waves' West Coast Conference record to 5-8 and 12-15 overall. The Waves are traveling to play the number 2 team in the country, Gonzaga, on Thursday. Pepperdine women's basketball dominates West Coast Conference rival LMU. The Waves' 73-55 win continues their breakout season, extending their win streak to 6 games. From start to finish, the Waves led the entire game. Senior Yasmin Robinson-Bacote drops a game-high 16 points and has now scored at least 10 points in every game this season. The win improves the Waves' record to 17-8 overall and 10-4 in WCC play. The Waves' 17 wins is the most in a season since 2009.
Well, it seems that Pepperdine women's basketball is just killing it right now.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Really are.
That's 17 wins, which is the most since 2009-2010.
Yeah, they're totally killing it out on the court this season.
Yeah.
I think they only have a couple home games left, so definitely be sure to make it out.
We'll be going out and cheering for them.
Yeah.
I'm still just trying to wrap my brain around $300 million.
Oh, yeah, for a
that
contract.
Is insane.
Or 10 years. That's a long time to stay at one place.
And he's already 26, so that would take him into 36-year season.
Be interesting to see how that plays out.
I mean, San Diego's a great place to live for 10 years. I don't think I would mind a 10-year contract to live in San Diego. All right.
Sure.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Jacob.
you, guys.
Losing a fashion icon, remembering KARL Lagerfeld's legacy and life.
True or false? Chicago PD says it was staged. The actor says it was real. The unraveling facts of the Empire attack. The Pepperdine Opera is coming to town. A backstage preview of this week's show in today's Around the Town Tuesday.
Welcome back to NewsWaves. I'm Jenna Ray Gartner, and this is Around the Town Tuesdays, where I show you what's new in Malibu. This week, the opera is coming to town. The Pepperdine Music Department is performing Die Fledermaus, a story about mistaken identities, love affairs, and lighthearted revenge. After battling fires, sickness, and rehearsals, the Pepperdine Opera opens this Thursday. Die Fledermaus is a comedic and dramatic German opera with a twist in both production and plot.
One unique thing about this opera is there's dialogue, and we're doing the dialogue in English. So
if you're worried about not understanding German, it's not a problem.
The opera adds a special gala with extra entertainment.
And so basically, the gala is a unique thing that's part of this production, and it was added to showcase the covers, to show like the work that we've done and to give us a little bit of a spotlight.
The cast has been rehearsing since October, but rehearsals were put on hold during the Woolsey fire. Although this gave them less time to practice, the students have worked hard and are ready to go. But being in an opera isn't only hard work. It also comes with fun and excitement. The students work with a great cast, expert directors, and creative costumes and sets.
You get into dress rehearsal, which we're in today for the first time, and all of a sudden you are your character, and like you become them all of a sudden because you're in full regalia. And so for me, it's like now all of a sudden I really feel like I'm playing.
I feel like this is a really good opera for people to come see if they haven't seen an opera before. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because it's definitely, there's no boring.
It's hilarious. There's disguises. There's a love affair.
Die Fledermaus will be showing this Thursday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Reporting for NewsWaves32, I'm Jenna Ray Gartner.
So I got to go backstage and kind of see all these costumes and a little bit of a preview of the show.
They
sound so good.
The costumes are so detailed,
so elaborate,
so beautiful.
And it was their first night with the costumes, and they were so cool, and everybody was so excited about it, and it was so fun.
Yeah, it's just beautiful looking at them, and just like that looks so fun just to get to dress up and pretend.
Yeah, it looks great on the TV.
Absolutely.
I bet it's even better on
After
stage.
that little tease, I got to go buy it.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. All right, thank you so much, Jenna. All right, and from the theater entertainment world to the TV, Annabelle, what do you have for news and entertainment industry today?
Yes, more and more information has been coming out on the Jussie Smollett case. There's growing confusion over the alleged hate crime targeting Empire actor Jussie Smollett. Chicago police are now investigating whether Smollett staged the attack. The two key suspects who were arrested for Smollett's attack 3 weeks ago told police that Smollett paid them to orchestrate the assault. In his first televised interview since the incident, Smollett told ABC News he feels attacked that people are questioning his story.
Who the would make something like this up or add something to it or whatever it may be? I can't even, I'm an advocate.
Smollett's siblings continue to voice their support for their brother despite criticism. Some politicians, however, have chosen to refrain from commenting until more information surfaces. Influential designer KARL Lagerfeld died today at the age of 85 following a brief illness. The French media says a Paris hospital took him in last night and he died there this morning. Lagerfeld was a key player in the fashion industry as a designer with Chanel and Fendi. Health-related rumors spread for several weeks leading up to his death. The speculations began when he missed big events like last month's spring and summer Chanel show. Guitar strings that pull on the heartstrings. Head to Casa Escobar this Friday as Malibu Guitar Festival presents Bebop Bossa Nova in the Boo. The show will feature music groups The Coffee Shop Trio and Bossa in the Boo. Tickets to the show are on sale for $20 a person. Doors open at 7 p.m. and music starts playing at 8. So that's going to be a fun event that definitely people in the Pepperdine community can check out and just people throughout Malibu.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Annabelle. In 2018, the movie world saw more diverse leads than ever before. According to a USC study, last year broke record numbers with more females and people of color in lead roles. In a report released yesterday, researchers found women were the lead or co-lead of 40% of the top 100 highest grossing films last year. 28 films had leads or co-leads from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. So great year for movies last year. That will do it for us this evening.
Thank you so much. And we'll be
We'll be back on.